Man, it's 2023 and Essential AF Podcast. We are in the building, man, as always, bring you that heat. You know how we get down, man. We like to call it the number one podcast in the world, Craig. In the world, you hear me? We in this building, man, Dash Memphis. You know where it is, man. Shout out to the homie Laquita for letting us hold down the building, man, like we do each and every weekend, man. I'm your boy, Jonathan C. Smith. And as always, man, I'm being joined by my cast of characters, man. I got my man. He's playing injured right now, all right? He's playing hurt, but he is here for us, man. I appreciate it. My dog, Brandon Steele, man. My dog in the building. What's going on, my guy? I know he here, man. We appreciate you. That's right. That's right. Man, yeah. Got the teacher over there, you know, dropping knowledge, man. Lee Johnson. What's going on, my guy? Everything good? How you feeling in the new year, man? It's 2023, man.
A little disappointed that we couldn't get it done.
Michigan. Michigan, yeah.
Semifinals,
yeah.
But, hey,
yeah.
Still 13-1.
Hey, man.
But Big Ten champions back to back.
Yeah.
Ohio State. It was a good year.
It was a good year. It was a good year, man. And it's getting out to a great year because we got our special guest in the building, man. This guy, he really needs no introduction, but I'm gonna give him one anyway, man. Sports radio host, Grizzlies Insider. I mean, the man he knows a little bit about everything, man. He's my dog. He's here. You know what I'm saying? The homie Anthony Sain is joining us live in the building, man. What's going on, my guy?
Good, bro. Good. How y'all?
Man, how are you, man? Happy New Year, everything, bro.
Trying to make it before they take it, bro.
I know it's real. I know that's real, man. Yes, sir. We go get into a couple of things here, man. As always, make sure you guys go check us out. You know, we on YouTube, we on Facebook, all that good stuff, man. Essential AF Podcast on YouTube, on Facebook. Go to Instagram, _Essential AF Podcast as well, man. Follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff, man. We're going to upload the show a little bit later, man. We actually going live also right now for our executive producer, my girlfriend Jamaica in the building. You know what I'm talking about. Give it up for her one time. Her executive producer duties up in here. She got craft services, man. She gets snacks. She get everything for us, man. She take care of the show. So we take care of her. Take care of her on the show also, man. The homie Jamaica in the building, man. My girls, I'm talking about, man. So like I said, we got a lot to talk about, a lot to get into, man. A lot going on this year, man. Like, it's been a week. It's like it's been a whole year in 1 week. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? 2023, man. A lot going on. We got to talk about the Grizz a little bit. I wanted to get into the situation with Demar Hamlin. He's recovering. You know, he's doing much better now, man. He's talking now. He's coming out of everything there. So he's going to recover. But man, like I said, it was a trying week. We lost Gangsta Boo. We lost Gangsta Boo also, man, as well. Memphis legend we talked about earlier is also a lot going on. But I want to throw it to Anthony, man. Just want to get into it as far as the situation with Demar Hamlin. It was scary as far as the heart attack. We never seen anybody have a heart attack on the field before like that, right? So talk about that for a minute, man. Just when you saw it and everything that happened, what was your initial reaction? And also, you have a son, you know what I'm talking about, who's into athletics as well, man. Talk about the impact of that, and you know if that's something in your thought process now as far as, you know, would you allow your son to play football?
Yeah, it was a wild scene, man. We've seen a lot of stuff, and you know, I'm assuming everybody at this table is around the same age as me. So in the years that I've been here, we've seen a lot of stuff happen in sports. You know, football fields, basketball fields. We've seen players paralyzed, career-ending injuries, legs broken, and you see the legs snap in half. We've seen all those type of things before, but this is a relative new one. We've seen guys that, the Hank Gaddis type situation, guys that have died. Right. But you didn't really see it in real time, like in the flow of the game happening. The Hank Gaddis thing was kind of a dead ball situation. Right. I remember even as a kid seeing that when it happened, but this is a little different because he was in the act of contact. You know
no doubt.
So when you see that, you're wondering, was it head trauma, or was it, whatever it might have been. But then to see that it was a heart attack type situation and someone's now fighting for their lives, it's a very unique situation. This late in the season, the game that had playoff implications and things like that.
Right.
Of course, not to those things matter at all. But it was just a wild scene. And as far as the parenting goes, that was one of the first things that crossed my mind because I didn't see it live as it happened. But I think I was in the movies, and I was on my phone watching people talk about it. And the first thing I was thinking about was, like you said, my son. He plays flag football, first year playing at third grade at his school. And he loves football. He plays Madden so much that he knows about every player in the NFL almost, which is wild how these video games do that to these kids. But like I said, he knows everybody in the NFL, like everybody. And he's turned into a real NFL fan. I'm like, yeah, I hate to have to break my kid's heart, but this NFL thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and it's, that's one of your initial thoughts. But then you think about, this is all rare. This is something we've seen once, in a lifetime. A guy who actually had a heart attack, and it wasn't particularly. I don't know enough to really speak on it, but I don't think that the condition he was in was directly related to NFL. Let's say some drug or something. Right. But that whole part is scary, but the NFL is, or just football in general, man. Like, yeah, this is the first time somebody was almost at risk of passing away, but how many guys have life-changing injuries because of the NFL? Right. The quality of life is insane. They can't talk the same. They can't play with their kids. They can barely walk. They don't remember nothing. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of things that come with it's a barbaric sport, man. We tune in. I'm sure we're watching our phones and watching our watches now, keeping up with some game that's going on now. But it can definitely be scary, man.
Absolutely.
And it is something that as a parent, I'll definitely be kind of gauging where my particular son is. But his loves move like the wind anyway, man. Because in the last year and a half, it's been WWE, and then it was NBA, NFL.
Right. Absolutely.
We were playing a soccer video game. He knows every soccer player in the world. So I'm like, all right. So, so who knows what's going to be next? So.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And also, guys, I want Brandon and Lou to chime in as well, man. Just what y'all thought about as far as the overall reaction? Everybody's like, it was like a coming together moment. You know what I'm saying? For not only the NFL, but the world also. Everybody took account of what happened there and just how scary it was. And then you see everybody, the outpouring of love, from fans and just people who not even football fans, but are now Demar Hamlin fans. What you guys think about this week as far as just the love that he's been getting and just something so scary like that, a seminal moment like that, kind of bringing everybody together, man?
Well, I think that it's really important, obviously, because at the end of the day, it is just a game. Right. It's a game for our entertainment. It's a game that we love to watch. To see that kind of support, to see that kind of love is really it's one of those just like it gets you right here because it makes everybody for a small moment realize that there's more important things in this world than sports. Yeah. And to have people come together like that, it's pretty great. For sure. Yeah. B, what was your thoughts on it, man? Just everybody coming together like that.
I just think it was a good thing to see. There are some compassionate people out there. Of course, we all know it's going to be for a limited time because everybody's waiting for the next thing. Right. But I think this may cause some changes in the NFL. I think, and for some people to advocate for these players, because you got to think about it like when these players have injuries like this, how does the NFL take care of them? For the rest of their life, it becomes a life-changing thing. So I think it's going to also cause some people to try to advocate for these players in any sport, really. Especially when it comes to injury. Because we have like disability, Social Security, stuff like that. But what do they actually have? Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up, because we also have to realize, I believe, if memory serves me correctly, he was a 6th-round draft.
Yeah. Right.
So his contract, from what I think read, was like maybe $800,000.
Yeah, $800,000. Right.
Before taxes.
Right.
And I think I saw something on social media. I wish I could credit whoever said it. But because of this, now it's time for the NFL to complete. It doesn't matter if you're a 1st-round pick. It doesn't matter if you're a 7th-round pick.
No doubt.
Contracts have to be guaranteed.
Yeah, it got to. Yeah, like I think it should be healthcare guaranteed 100% for life after maybe 3 or 4 years of service. You know what I'm saying? Like, because you think off top, yeah.
Because we're talking about, yes, he's 24 years old,
yeah.
So not even in the prime of his career, and look what happened.
Right.
I hope he doesn't play again.
Right.
I don't think he should.
Me neither. Yeah.
But his career is essentially over.
Yeah.
And
right.
whether he gets the rest of his contract again, we say $820,000. I would love $820,000.
Right.
Before
taxes, that tax is going to be that $820 is probably going to be maybe $200,000.
Right.
We know America.
Right.
But I say 4.
But so now
I'll take any of that.
Right.
Just let
so
you know.
Now what is his career to be like after this?
Absolutely.
Because yes, he'll probably do some humanitarian stuff and all that stuff.
Right.
But
it just puts it all in perspective. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a huge Cowboy fan, as you can see, but like the game doesn't. After that happened, whatever happens with the Cowboys in the playoffs, it really doesn't mean as much. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose at this point. You know what I'm talking about? Just to see, what happened and how it could be. That man literally died on the field for a few minutes. You know what I'm saying? It kind of just puts it in perspective and lets you know it's just a game and there's bigger things out there, more important things to worry about. And just seeing all that, it's like the love really that came out, over this past week was really really surprising to see, man. Like I said, you knew he was going to have support, but just the overwhelming love and support that came out of that was really a great thing to see, man. Central AF Podcast Show, we are in the building, man. First show of the new year. We got our guy joining us, man. He's been here a few times before, but he's never been here live, though.
No, never live.
Anthony Sain, man. Talking about live and in living color right here on the show, man. Let's switch gears to your wheelhouse, bro. We talking about the NBA. We talking about the Grizzlies, man, doing that thing right now. What, 24-13, 25-13?
Something like that.
Yeah, man. Handling first place, second place, don't matter, because they're going to be first place when it's all said and done in the Western Conference, man. As, you see Ja doing his thing. You see Desmond doing his thing. Black Panther, man. Jaren Jackson Jr. showed out in the Orlando game the other day. Had a double-double performance, blocking everything in sight, man. The Grizz are doing their thing on the court. Black Panther, man. Yeah, man. Yes, sir. They're doing their thing on the court. But there was some off-the-court news as well. John Morant, man, who's polarizing, to say the least. The new shoe coming out. I'm going to get your thoughts on the shoe also. Yeah. But also the news about, a little off the court. Well, it was only his home court out there, his home in Ease, right? But over the summer, last summer, man, little pickup game, little pickup action over the summer. Got into a little skirmish with a teenager, man. All right, we knew about the story for a while, but it just came out recently.
It's nationally news.
Yeah, national news now.
Locally,
right.
Traction to it.
Yeah, man. What are your thoughts about it, man?
It's a very unfortunate situation, man. Memphis is a unique city. We kind of in Memphis, most cities in the South, football is king. Like high school football is a big deal, but in Memphis it's totally different here.
No doubt.
Like high school basketball players are known entities here in the city of Memphis.
Right.
So, Ja wasn't out there with a stranger. He's out there with somebody that people know. So like we joked about, news moves fast with that type of stuff. Everybody knows somebody that hooped for somebody, and the story got around the city a little faster. But only thing I'll say is the same thing I've said on Jason and John's show, same thing I've said on Grind Season podcast, my podcast. 3 words, man. Learn from it. It's you're not going to jail.
Right.
Your wallet might be a little lighter, but just learn from it, man. Learn that even things you do with a good heart can go very wrong very fast. You know what I mean? Basketball is a competitive sport. When you're out there with kids, especially kids who got some name, who can play ball, they're gonna go at you, man. Like they look at you as a hero and as an idol for sure, but they're also going to try to get a name for themselves off of you.
Right. Exactly.
And somebody, there's probably girls there. If it's like a get together at John's house, there's probably a ton of people there.
Right.
So these kids are probably like, trying to get their name out there for the gram or whatever they're trying to do.
Absolutely.
So you just got to be careful, man, because stuff can go wrong so fast.
No doubt.
And my thing is, as soon as the ball hit me, your natural reaction is, I'm about to, hit this man his job.
Right.
But his reaction probably has been, all right, game over.
Right. Everybody go home.
Everybody out. You know what I mean? Everybody, let's go.
Yeah. For sure.
Let me get my. I'm gonna take this. I own that ball. Like, all right, get out. Everybody leave.
Absolutely.
Game over. But I get it though. That's a natural instinct, and Ja isn't much older than these kids he's playing with. What I would have preferred to see Ja do, what I would prefer to see him do at this point, is to try to make the best out of this situation as he could. And I proposed this on Grind Season. I proposed this on Jason and John's show. Start you just got a Nike shoe deal.
Right.
Start a team John Morant or backyard kids, backyard ballers or something like that.
Yeah.
Start some type of brand like that.
Right.
Where you've got kids locally, nationally, whatever that you've identified.
Right.
You bring them in.
Right.
And you just kind of make it a thing. These are kids who have like a Nike NIL deal where they're wearing the Ja 1.
Right.
So you got the attraction with the shoe. And then when these kids go to college, when they go to the NBA, these are your ready-made Nike athletes who've already been had NIL deals since high school.
Right.
It kind of make the whole backyard thing something that's hands off.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Right.
Where it's your thing, but you ain't out there particularly playing with them.
Exactly.
I think that's something he should do. Maybe I should reach out to Nike, man.
Definitely, man. You should. You should, man. Yeah.
I think that's what he should do to kind of clean up the aesthetics of this.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a little chink in the armor right now. You know what I'm saying? But I don't foresee anything like that happening.
It's
you know
nothing
at
this point.
Right, at this point, you know what I'm saying? And then like I said, we protect our own, man. You know, of course, the same way when Zebo had little things pop up here and there, you know. Right, but you know what I'm saying? You never really just heard any real big outcry, or like shame on Zebo or nothing like that, because Zebo is one of us, you know what I'm saying? Right. He's at this point, right. Exactly. We look out for our own, we look out for our folks, man. Ja, like I said, is a superstar at this point. He has an image to protect, So, like I said, you learn from it and you just move forward, man. You mentioned the shoe, the Ja 1s, man. What's your thoughts on the shoes?
It's pretty clean, man. It's a low-profile shoe. A lot of stuff that Nike does now is real subtle. They don't really do the over-top designs. It's a real clean look to it.
Right.
I like how the Nike sign turns into the backstrap and go all the way around it. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And that's probably something you'll see with his shoes going forward for years to come.
No doubt.
I like how it's low top. We're older guys. I assume all y'all basketball days are over.
I mean, I got a few good minutes.
Right.
If you put me in that corner, I'm gonna give you at least 3 threes, man.
We actually did that last summer.
I killed them boys. Even though I was hurting, I killed them boys.
Well, my actual like picking up a basketball days is over.
Yeah. That's all right. Hey, I damn sure can't dunk no more. Yeah.
But like it's a low top shoe. You can wear it with a short set. Your fila set. Wear it back in the day.
Was that kind of surprising though? The kind of the low profile of the shoe, because I think a lot of people
like as flashy as this game is with
it. Yeah, exactly. That it would be maybe a little bit more just I'm not a big shoe person.
Right.
I think it would be more support because basically they out there playing ball in sandals.
Right. They're playing in super light shoes. I think what it is also going on, I don't know any confirmation on this. I talked to a couple of guys that are like Nike or like sneakerhead guys. I think what they're doing is kind of keeping the Kobe brand alive through because Devin Booker's got a shoe coming too.
Okay.
I think what they're trying to do is kind of like keep making Kobe's, but they ain't Kobe's no more.
Right.
It's basically what I think they're trying to do.
Right.
And I think that's what they're doing with Ja and specifically Devin Booker shoes.
Yeah, I can see that. When they first came out, I was like, it looked kind of basic to me, honestly. But depending on the colorways that come out and everything, it's gonna be a nice little Grizz colorway coming when they drop later on this year. I rock them to show love, show support for Ja, but I don't know if I can see myself hooping. I'm old school. Man. I need angle support.
Yeah, we need
you know what I'm saying?
High heel,
I need a high cut. We need to cut something, bro.
Like, man, y'all got them Nike Monarchs?
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Something with 12 lace holes in
it. Right. The way my ankle set up,
54 inch shoestrings.
I need some support, dog. Definitely, man.
Yeah, these kids, man, like these kids these days, like they were born into wearing low cut shoes, so this is kind of all they know.
No doubt.
Yeah,
no doubt.
If you talk to people who get paid to know about this stuff, they say that the whole ankle support thing is all in your head.
No
like
doubt.
Just like if you feel something there, you feel like you're supported, but it's no more supported than low top. That's what they're saying.
Yeah.
If I get out there, just like you said,
when those 11s, them Junior 11 low tops came out in '96.
Yeah.
My mom bought them and I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't the original Pantelella ones, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Low tops. And that was like, I did not like
I had a pair of them.
I went to school one time. They were like, man, I buy them jumps.
Yeah, but you couldn't go wrong with the patent.
But the Jordans are still high top.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, when they dropped the Air Jordan every year, they're still a mid top.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. To continue on with the Grizz conversation real quick, man. You were one of the few people, man, before the season started that thought the Grizz would put up the same number of wins like they did last year.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people thought they would, take a step back, win maybe 50 games, but not win 56. They're still on pace,
Right,
possibly.
they're ahead of pace, I think.
Exactly. So, man, let's talk about, if we can fast forward to playoff time, man, like what's your thoughts as far as the Grizz making a even deeper playoff run this year? You think it's going to be possible?
I think it depends on two factors. Ja's going to be Ja. If Jaren can continue to be on the trajectory he's on, if he can stay a guy who's all defensive team level,
right.
defensive player of the year level guy like he's been showing
right.
numbers for. If you look at the numbers in Vegas, he's the favorite to win
right.
defensive player of the year.
Right.
If he stays on that type of pace, because there's a kind of a proven formula to win the championship where you got a all league offensive player with the ball in his hands, John Morant. If you got a all defensive level player in Jaren Jackson Jr., and you got to have one other piece that's normally your second leading scorer, who's able to knock down 3-pointers.
Right.
That's been your Chris Middletons, your Klay
right.
Thompsons. There's been those guys, for the last
right.
few years. And that's if Desmond Bane can get back to looking like the guy he looked like in the beginning of the season, you've got a championship formula, regardless of their age. It's undeniable. Like you can say what you want about,
right.
man, you ain't never did it. They're young. All those things may be true.
Right.
But they have a championship formula in place, like
right.
for sure. Because we look at their age and we look at the fact that they're here in town, but we're forgetting that Ja Morant is one of the top 10 players in the NBA. Like regardless of his age, Jaren Jackson Jr. is maybe the best defensive player in the league. I mean, and we don't want to admit that because we've seen Jaren being like the goofy kid.
Right.
Hey, get your butt in the paint. We
right.
did all that for years with Jaren, but when people are done talking, that dude might be the best defensive player.
You know what I'm saying?
Because he's putting up historical numbers as far as shot blocking.
Absolutely.
Like he leads the league in blocks per game, and I want to say he's top 10 in total blocks.
No doubt.
He's played like 10 less games than everybody else.
Yeah.
So he's putting up. He's rim protecting. He's like his historical level,
right,
as far as that goes.
Yeah.
So those two guys.
Forget the support player too.
Oh definitely. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You got guys like Steven Adams, who's like offensive rebounding is crazy, one of the strongest players in the league. If they can just get like average production from the bench and knock down shots, you're talking about a championship level team.
Yeah, for sure.
Once they shut up and start talking.
Right, that's another thing. Right. Now I'm good in the West. Yeah, go ahead.
Speaking of that, you talk about bench production. There's always rumors every year about trades and Brooks, and is he going to be part of this or part of that? I mean, trades happen in the NBA all the time. But in your opinion, do you think that they need to make a trade to bring someone that is like not to be the starter, but to be just that spark off the bench? That's not. I mean, Tyus Jones is great. He's great off the bench. He's great coming in. Conchar, serviceable. Aldama, who probably won't get mentioned, but I believe should be at least in the conversation for most improved player.
Really
but
good.
do you think that they could bring in not so much a superstar, but at least like a mid-level star, like a name, a good known name, to take them over the top?
I'm not gonna say need. I personally would like to see them do that. Do something to kind of solidify the middle of the rotation, like a guy who can come off the bench and just kind of score, knock down shots. Maybe a little older guy. But the thing with that is, man, so much of what they do is based on super tight wound chemistry. Like those dudes are like literally lock and step, and that's part of their draft evaluation, the way they interview guys, and because you would think that guys like Dylan Brooks would be standoffish guys like with this team. You would think like, okay, Dylan like on a whole nother level. But then when they do the pregame stuff, his crazy ass the one in the middle dancing and shit. I mean, you know what I mean? Like you know what I mean? Like, Steven Adams is like from New Zealand. He don't fit in. He out here with gold teeth in his mouth, throwing up the M. I'm like, what? It's like it's a Twilight Zone level of chemistry with this. Right. That kind of thing can. That kind of thing is sensitive, man. Like it can get thrown off real good. You bring in the wrong guy, and because I remember some friends of mine were talking about this in this group chat that I'm in, and this I always think about whenever somebody talks about chemistry. This is always what I think. You remember when Danny Granger played for the Pacers? He was washed, right? They traded him for Evan Turner in the middle of the season,
Right.
And that team just went to, I don't know if I can curse, went to crap.
Yeah.
Like they were done.
Yeah.
They went to shit. They were done.
Right.
Like the moment they traded Danny Granger, that team fell apart.
Absolutely.
And like that can happen, man. Sometimes a guy can be on your team, and you like he might not be doing much on the court, like a Udonis Haslam or whatever. But like if you trade that dude or you get that guy away from the locker room, like it might be a situation where okay, this guy behaves because this guy is on the team,
right?
And this guy is on the team because of this guy. And if you start disrupting that type of stuff, the whole thing can fall apart. Like we don't know who's stopping Dylan Brooks from doing crazy shit. Like we don't because we know it's in him. You know what I mean? Right. Like we don't know what chemistry is put together.
I get so mad watching Dylan Brooks.
Oh, he's a maniac. Like there's something wrong with Dylan Brooks.
Literally,
like,
man. And it's like the shots he puts up, dog. Like, what are you doing, bro?
You know what I'm saying? He's on Planet Dylan for real.
They got that off the bench player with Brandon Clark though.
Oh, Brandon Clark be hooping.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He's so underrated, man. Absolutely.
You know, it's just like they have this connection and this chemistry.
Yeah.
Right? You know, when they play, they come off the bench, man. Instantly,
It's that's another thing too about like I was talking about championship formula with Ja, Jaren, Bane. Like most of your championship teams have a crazy ass dude like Dylan Brooks who's like from another planet, for real. Like who thinks he's way better than what he is and just a maniac. You kind of got to have one of them type of dudes. But yeah, he's there's something like chemically balanced about that brother for real.
Absolutely, man. We with my guy, man, Anthony Sain, man, our special guest, man. He about to get on down, man. But before you get out of here, man, we have a little segment at the end, man, where we call it. We used to call it unpopular opinions, but now we call it hey, hear me out. You know, whatever's been on your heart, man, over the last week or so. You know what I'm saying? You know, anything that you saw it perturbed you, got on your nerves this week, you want to just kind of express it, let folks know how you feeling, man. This is your hey, hear me out moment right here, dog.
Something that's got on my nerves.
Yeah, this week, man. Yeah.
Let me think, man.
Or just in general, man. Something that you've been meaning to speak on.
Oh, I put a post on Facebook that people are chiming in on. I'm gonna say two places. Atlanta and Nashville, man. Like, I'm done with y'all. Like, especially Atlanta, bro. Like, a lot of people from Memphis just kind of have moved to Atlanta or live in Atlanta. Yeah. Atlanta's like big ass Memphis, bro. Like there's like literally no difference between Atlanta and Memphis at all. Because like nobody who lives in Atlanta is actually from there. Everybody's a transplant or whatever for the most part. And I've gone there for a couple of Hawks games, Grizzlies versus Hawks. And I'm big about whenever I go out of town, I want to eat some local flavor. I want to see local food things like. And every time I go there, man, I'm like, hey, bro, I see a brothers, plenty of niggas down there. It's not hard to find a brother. Hey, man, where can I eat? Where can I eat? Like, what's a local place? Now they'll name somebody. No, somewhere local, man. Probably like Waffle House or something. Like, all right, man. Get me the hell out of here, man. Like, get me back to Memphis.
Right, I feel you.
Atlanta, y'all got on my nerves this week, and Nashville too.
Hey, man, that makes sense.
I lived in Atlanta for a little bit, and when we talk about because food is a big thing for me too, and they don't have
like bomb ass local. Yeah, right, what are they known?
Right,
what is a signature food thing?
Yeah, exactly.
Signature food thing.
Yeah.
Nothing against. I mean, everything else.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it.
Atlanta's like Black Cordova. Which is basically Cordova.
Right. I never thought about it like that. That's a good point, though, bro.
Yeah, but it's a bunch of change shit.
That's wild, dog. That's crazy, man. But hey, man, it's been fun, man. The homie Anthony Sain joined us right here on the Essential AF podcast show, man. Hey, real quick, man, let everybody know where they can follow you, man. The podcast, everything you got going on in the future. Endeavors you got popping, man.
Check me out on Twitter at Sain Asylum, SAIN Asylum, ASYLUM. Facebook, Anthony Sain. Grind Season podcast I do with Jason Smith for the Jason and John Show. It's on the free Odyssey app, or however you listen to podcasts. Just type in Grind Season, SZN. That's how we spell season. Check us out twice a week. Memphis Grizzlies podcast. I'm on Jason and John Show on 92.90 ESPN. Every Friday at 11:25, and yeah, that's it. And follow the hashtag Let's Sain Cook.
Let's Sain Cook.
Twitter, yeah.
And I'm telling you, man, one of the preeminent voices here in the Mid South, man. You know what I'm talking when it comes to sports radio. I'm preeminent also. This guy's preeminent, but this guy right here. You know what I'm saying? He's the most preeminent voice in the Mid South, man, when it comes to sports and just anything in general, man. He crazy too.
Yep.
That's why they call him Insane, man. Insane, man. Anthony Sain, my dog, right here joining us in the Essential AF Podcast Show, man. Hey, my guy, we appreciate you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do a commercial break with
yeah.